All right, here we go. You're watching the 49ers Report by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Senior. Hope all of you are having a great week. For me, it's been somewhat up and down. Been feeling under the weather the last couple of days, which is why I'm bringing you this video from the crib, trying to get right before I head out to Arizona, Phoenix, enemy territory for one of my best friend's bachelor parties. But on today's show, as we can't take much of a break here on the channel because we got to provide content for the faithful, going to take a look at some Rookie Minicamp winners and losers. And Rookie Minicamp did wrap up last week, but this is the first opportunity for the Niners' 9 draft picks, 14 UDFAs, and a bunch of tryout players to take the field in a Niners uniform to prove what they got. Before we get started, though, I want you to get into the comment section and let me know which Niners rookie you're most excited about here in 2022. Give me a name in the comment section. I'll go back and reply to as many comments as possible. Also, we're a little more than 600 people away from 60,000 subscribers here on the 49ers Report. Join the faithful family at Chat Sports by subscribing. Let's hit that milestone together as we push out videos every single day, unless I get sick like I did yesterday. Okay, first winner. We start off with Danny Gray, rookie 3rd round pick, wide receiver out of SMU. I've said this a bunch of times. I love the draft pick in a couple of my mocks. I had Danny Gray going to San Francisco because I liked the player, and I knew that when their draft picks came around in the 3rd, 4th, maybe even 5th round, he'd be on the board. And they were able to get him in the 3rd round. Favorite pick in this draft class for a variety of reasons. 4.3 speed, elite after the catch ability. You turn on the tape, and this guy can take the top off of the defense. He can get vertical in a blink. He can be that deep threat, which I think might signify a change to Trey Lance as compared to Jimmy Garoppolo because the 49ers might want to get the football down the field more. And he can oftentimes make something out of nothing with the ball in his hands. And I'm excited about him running some vertical routes and opening up some things underneath for Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, as well as George Kittle. But I'm also excited to see how Kyle Shanahan can utilize him in this offense on some bubble screens, jet sweeps, and just get creative with him because this guy can change games with his athletic ability. And he was able to show a lot of that at Rookie Minicamp. Now, keep in mind, no contact. He's going up against lesser competition. That is true. But he did flash and has to be a winner. And if you're taking a guy in the 3rd round, you obviously want to see it early on. Caught a 50-yard touchdown pass, was targeted 5 times. He caught 4 of them. He beat rookie 6th round pick out of Penn State, the cornerback Tariq Castro-Fields, who, like Danny Gray, has 4.3 speed. So both speed guys going up against each other one-on-one, and Gray was able to win that battle. And the comp being thrown out there right now that I've been asked about by some of you is a little Marquise Goodwin, maybe Emmanuel Sanders. I'd say if you're going to pick between those two players, and obviously both former Niners, which is why some of the fans have asked me about this comp, I'd say a more well-rounded Goodwin. Now, Goodwin, Olympian-type speed, obviously was a speedster and an inexperienced football player early in his football career, and when he was with the Niners and throughout his career, he's been able to display that ability to really get down the field in a blink, but he was kind of a one-trick pony, only that vertical threat, not really a 3-down player. I think and hope Gray can be a little bit more than that, and if he continues to play like this, it's realistic that he could challenge for wide receiver 3 reps with Juwan Jennings. I also really like his confidence. He said this: I'm going deep. I'm taking the top off of the defense. I'm elite in open space. I can turn the speed on at any time. My speed is natural. It's just there, and you see it through everything that I do on the field. I like that. This guy has a little bit of dog in him. Started his college career at the JUCO level, so he's really had to carve himself a role in the college ranks and then really balled out at SMU, which then led to him being a 3rd round pick. Now, we're only getting started on today's show. A couple more winners, 3 more losers, but I want to ask you one more question. Will Gray contribute as a rookie? I'm talking a consistent contributor, maybe like what Deebo Samuel did in 2019, although he was great that year. I'm not expecting Gray to be that type of component in this offense, but do you think he'll contribute heavily as a rookie? Type Y for yes or type N for no. Winner number 2, Jordan Mason. A lot of people haven't heard of this guy. intriguing player, running back out of Georgia Tech, UDFA, and there's been some buzz around him in 2021 with Georgia Tech. Didn't put up crazy numbers, and throughout his college career, he didn't put up crazy numbers. He wasn't a statistical machine. Only 87 carries, 480 yards, and a touchdown. Receiving, though, and this is where this factors into the equation of him being a winner, 10 catches, 80 yards, and a touchdown. And at Rookie Minicamp was able to display some pass-catching ability and look natural in doing so. And Jeff Collins, the head coach of Georgia Tech, who coached at Temple, I went to Temple, so I'm familiar with him, he did say that Mason reminds him a little bit of Marshawn Lynch. Lofty praise, of course. But Mason does have that type of size. 6'1", 218 pounds. He is a physical one-cut runner, which is what Kyle Shanahan looks for in running backs because it fits his outside zone scheme. Collins said beast mode. Mason is physical, he runs tough, has a relentless demeanor about him, he will fight for tough yards, will do the extra work, all those things. He has all those traits. He also is very complimentary of his special teams ability. Now, he didn't have a lot of opportunities to contribute on special teams at Georgia Tech because he was being asked to be one of the primary ball carriers, but if he wants to crack an NFL roster, he might have to contribute on special teams. And if he brings that to the table throughout training camp, throughout the preseason, and he's able to run the football really well, hey, maybe this guy can be a surprise member of the 53-man roster. Speaking of the Niners' backfield, Elijah Mitchell, Trey Sermon, Jeff Wilson, JaMycal Hasty, Ty Davis-Price, Jordan Mason. Who is the best running back, in your opinion, on the 49ers roster right now? I'm going to go Elijah Mitchell. If you disagree with me, that's all good. Let me know in the comments section. Now, earlier this week, when I was in studio, we told you about a new function on YouTube. It's called Super Thanks. That heart icon with a $sign. It's your opportunity to basically donate to the show if you really like the content that we've been pushing out. And we plugged that on the show earlier this week, and we got a couple of awesome Super Thanks. Really appreciate all of the support here on the 49ers Report. Rodney Cho super thanked us, $50. Johnny Lucero gave us $10. Will Ensley, $2. So when I get back into the studio, which will probably be on Tuesday because I'm going on that bachelor party, going to give you shout outs in graphics form, but wanted to give you a verbal shout out on today's show because I really appreciate the donations. And if we get any more super thanks, I will give you guys shout outs if you super thank us on this video as well. Heart icon with that $sign. It was hard to get out. Super thanks. There you go. Don't make fun of me. Also, Twitter and IG shout-outs coming next week, too, for those of you who screenshotted you watching the show. Just want to be able to put you guys on some graphics. Winner number 3, then we'll get to these losers. Drake Jackson, why? He didn't get to do much. He's not at USC anymore, and he's on the 49ers. He's not on USC, a program that criminally underused him and used him in ways that didn't bring the best out of him as a player, which is why I think the sack production was down. Schematically, I'm not sure what they were doing with Drake Jackson because this guy does have so much potential to be a very good pass rusher, but they didn't put him in positions to be successful as a pass rusher at the college level, and I really don't understand it when I went back and watched some of the tape. So he's with a better coaching staff now, and he's playing on a defensive line that features Nick Bosa, Eric Armstead, and a defensive line that's 2 or 3 deep at every single position. Now, athletically, he has it. He's very powerful, 6'4", 250, really good athlete coming around the edge. But why he's a winner is because he goes from a program that didn't coach him up well and didn't utilize him well to a team and an organization that prioritizes defensive linemen and does a masterful job of developing these players. Chris Kocurek, defensive line coach, and then Darryl Tapp. He was also getting work with him as well. And that, in it by itself, is a win because Drake Jackson is going to have an opportunity to get developed by arguably the best defensive line coach in the league, who over time has done just an incredible job of bringing the best out of defensive linemen. I mean, you look at some of the projects that he's been able to work with over time, they've ended up being good players. Last year, it was Arden Key, and Eric Armstead, after he moved inside from edge, was awesome. Kerry Hyder a couple of years ago, he didn't really do much in his NFL career. He comes to the Niners, and that's why he secured the bag. So Drake Jackson working with Chris Kocurek, I think, is something to monitor. It's something to follow. And I think they're going to be able to develop him, and that's what you want as a second-round pick. He also gets to play alongside and opposite of Nick Bosa. A lot of double teams are going to go that way, maybe opening up some pass rushing opportunities for Drake Jackson. And he's pumped up about playing with Bosa. He said this, quote, I wanted to text him that night on draft night, just figure out pretty much the answers to the test. You've got that guy right next to you that he's been doing it. It's like I get the answers. I definitely want to learn and try to stay behind those guys, and that's, what it's all about. He also said Eric Armstead, he's a freak too. So Drake Jackson, excited about him and his development because it was incompetent how poorly USC used him, and I think the Niners know how to use him. Another reminder to subscribe to the channel. If you want videos every single day on the San Francisco 49ers, we have you covered in season, off season, live shows every week. Also doing some fun things like call-in, Twitter Spaces, but even better, it's a live interactive podcasting app. Going to try to go live from Phoenix while I'm on this bachelor party this weekend, as we're going to be in enemy territory. What is Callin? Like I said, live interactive podcasting app where I'm able to take all of your calls, like a sports talk show or Twitter Spaces, and we can interact and we can talk about the Niners. But make sure you subscribe to the channel for the best Niners content here on YouTube. Let's get to 60,000 subs as soon as possible. 3 losers now. We'll run through these a little bit quicker because, look, no contact. It's really hard to gauge what these players are, especially with some of them not playing their natural positions. I'll explain here in just a second. Ty Davis-Price, third-round running back out of LSU. I want to see this guy be able to catch the football. Wasn't able to show that throughout rookie minicamp. Dropped a pass, needs to prove that he can be a better pass-catching running back because in Kyle Shanahan's offense, it just makes you more dangerous as a back. Now, I will give him some slack. He is not a player who's going to be able to show what he can do in a rookie minicamp setting because his game is predicated on contact. It's predicated on picking up yards after the catch and running dudes over. Like, that is his strength. That is his forte. And if he doesn't work out, though, and this is where, some things can start to be a little bit concerning. This is back-to-back years in which drafting a running back in the 3rd round proved to be a baffling choice. Last year it was Trey Sermon. This year, Ty Davis-Price. Now, I like TDP's game. I like the one-cut element to his running style. That's what Kyle Shanahan wants. He doesn't want a running back who's going to dance around in the backfield. He wants his backs to see the hole, hit it, and pick up yards. And Ty Davis-Price can do that, and he can also get really physical in doing it as well. But has to be able to prove that he can be a better pass-catching running back in addition to being a brute force at that position. Brock Purdy, also a loser. Sorry, Brock, Mr. Irrelevant, last pick in the NFL draft. The arm strength coming out of Iowa State, and when I watched him a lot at Iowa State, because I do like Big 12 football, it was a question then. So too was his athleticism. The lack of arm strength was also a concern at minicamp as well. Now, the Niners didn't ask him to do a ton, threw a lot of balls into the flat, a lot of easy throws, easy completions, but once the intensity gets ramped up as we progress throughout the offseason in OTAs and training camp, 7-on-7s, 11-on-11s, and once the competition kind of gets ratcheted up, that weak arm strength could really be glaring, and it could lead to a lot of interceptions going the other way for scores. And flutter balls are never great, folks, especially when he doesn't really offer all that many elite physical traits. I do sometimes liked his pocket awareness and pocket mobility, but as an athlete and a runner, doesn't do anything that special. And as a thrower of the football, he is not going to wow you in any way. Did not do that rookie minicamp. Threw a lot of dead ducks out there. That's not what you want to see from a guy who's trying to prove himself as an NFL quarterback. Lastly, and this one comes with an asterisk, it's Sam Womack. Now, he's a loser because he didn't really fare well at rookie minicamp. I've always said, though, I was a fan of the draft pick, and I like it a little bit more than others because this guy has a special knack for putting his hand on the football and making plays on the football. He had something like 46 pass breakups in 51 career games. Some of the best marks on pass breakups throughout all of college football. You can't teach that. You can't teach ball skills, and he has it. Now, the Niners had him play a lot of outside cornerback throughout rookie minicamp. Didn't look all that great. That's not going to be his role as an NFL player on an NFL roster. That was proven during rookie minicamp. Maybe they wanted to see how he fared out there. He didn't fare well. He needs to be a slot guy, and a slot guy only. He's 5'9", 5'10", a little slight, but again, in the slot, he can be your future K'Wan Williams. He can be that type of player because he just has these instincts where he's able to break on the football. So I like him as a slot corner. I don't like him as an outside corner. And maybe the 49ers should be a loser for having him as an outside corner during rookie minicamp. All right, winners and losers in the books. Appreciate all of you for watching. Once again, let me know which rookie you're most excited about. Hey, had to bring you this video from home, even though I've been under the weather. Just had to push out some content. Appreciate all of you for supporting us. We'll take all of your super thanks, and stay tuned for more content right here on the 49ers Report.